Game over. Press any button to continue.
Press any button. Any key? Where the hell's the any key? This is the Any Button Podcast, your weekly catch-up on gaming news and discussion. We're your hosts. I am Ben, CEO of Double Dash Jump, an avid Persona fan. And this should be Matt, presenter of Game Club Podcast and the OG Busy Gamer. This is the 20th?
I think it is the 20th.
20th episode of Any Button. This week we've got... What have we got? We've got No Kuni 2. We've got a brief bit of Sun and Moon. We've got a little bit of Destiny 2 stuff. And we've got a
ton of Disney hype.
Yes, Disney hype.
What does D23 stand for? Or is it just like Disney Expo and this is the 23rd one?
No, because it was D23 last year as well.
So what is... I don't know what it means.
I don't know.
We're not... See, because Disney doesn't really do games. And this is a games
Well, it's not...
show.
But D23 is everything. That's like... Their...
We're rambling. Let's go to Geek Week.
So last week I wasn't here. I was already in Bustleton for that 2-day party that we did. That was fun.
It was one day, because I had to...
Well, it was one day for you. I went the night before.
I had to edit this.
Yeah, so last week I binge-watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Season 4. Waiting for September 26th for Season 5, because that was good. And I watched Spider-Man Homecoming, which you did talk about, but I'm going to talk about it some more because it's good.
It is good.
Talk about it. I liked it because it actually had like Civil War plot points that Civil War didn't have. And I really hope that they do in the next movie soon and they don't do a Guardians 3 or Guardians Galaxy 2 where there's like, hey, here it is. It's like, yay, more Guardians of the Galaxy. It's just 3 years too late. But I have been playing a ton of Pokemon Crystal because I downloaded an emulator onto my phone and then I've been watching speedruns of Heart Gold and Crystal.
Lawbreaker. Everybody was playing Pokemon Crystal at that goddamn 2-day party.
Yes.
Goddamn nerds.
Yes. It's great.
I was socializing because I'm a good person. But what I've also been doing is not socializing and been playing Elite Dangerous with the guy who keeps making phone noises in the corner. Turn it on silent, buddy.
Yeah, that's our one-handed, three-legged cameraman, Mikey.
What's going on? But
anything else you've been playing?
I've been starting up on Fire Emblem Heroes, which is a mobile game that I tried ages ago, but it takes about an hour to actually update the app into playable. But once you're over that speed bump, it's a pretty fun game, and I recommend it for you out there who enjoy kind of like XCOM.
Yes.
It's Fire Emblem.
Yes.
That's how Fire Emblem plays.
Yes. In quick news, No Kuni 2 has been delayed for those who are waiting for it. I was kind of excited, but I haven't played the first one, and it's been forever, so I'm kind of like, eh. But it's also not surprising since we haven't heard anything about it in over a year. Game director Akihiro Hino apologized and also clarified that his original statement, which was a question asked at E3, he said that there is definitively no multiplayer. The question wasn't translated properly, or he didn't understand the full context, and he said something that there was some aspect of multiplayer, but that's not happening.
Maybe you can play with your friends by sitting on the couch, and one of you just plays Elite Dangerous, and the other one just watches and plays Fire Emblem Heroes. That's what I was doing, sorry. I went back to Geek Week. Let's go. In more quick news, those who play Sun and Moon, shiny Tapu Koko.
Yes.
Which is cool.
Maybe.
Can you just get a soft reset of shiny Tapu Koko?
I think so.
So it's not as good as when...
It's a guaranteed one instead of sitting there for
however many
20 hours soft resetting 3,000 times like I did for shiny Trico and Alpha Sapphire.
And that's it. That's all the Pokemon news. There we go. On to the next segment.
For those who pre-ordered Destiny 2 on PS4, the PS4 exclusive beta goes live in 2 days of recording this. I've got it preloaded on my PS4. You can do that. It works out to be a 12 gig download. You can't play it yet. You can get onto the menu screen and it's like unavailable, but it looks really crisp and nice and you can preload it. But be aware if you're going to play it on PC, because there are reports that PC players if they're linking their Blizzard accounts, it kind of just ends up making a new account and abandoning your old one, orphaning it.
Oh no.
So if you're a year one player, you've got all your data tied to that Bungie account, it just gets all lost.
So maybe don't
do it just yet. Plus the PC beta's not for a while, so you don't really need to do it as of yet. Just
Yeah.
Bungie are aware of it and they're working on it. They're like, this is not working as it's intended. We unfortunately can't do anything about the orphaned accounts.
Wow, that really sucks
As
for
of-
those old Bungie accounts.
Yeah, especially those who've like played from year one and got those emblems from year one, and they're hoping to bring it over to Destiny 2.
That's what a they should figure out how to get that back, because otherwise that just sucks.
I think they might be looking into it, but I think it's a database issue that they've got no access in. Whereas if you have an old email account, you have the email and then you can send a new reset email to a different account. But because you make a new account, you pull your email address over with it, so there's nothing to reset your old password to get it back, and there's no way in. It's kind of just left off in Netherverse.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, so is and that's just it.
That's just it. Just
Okay.
be careful when linking your Blizzard account. Server rollback. Maybe they're looking into it. They have to try and figure out when it was rolled back. Then you also risk the issue of rolling back all the beta keys and stuffing up everyone up. They're looking into it. They'll figure something out.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But so D23 was last night.
Yes, that's what we were rambling about earlier.
Yes, I didn't know that this was actually, like, I didn't know how much of a big deal this was. I didn't realize how much of a convention it was.
Yeah, it's an entire Disney Expo to everything, like Disneyland/World. What else? There's like all the now. It's even bigger now that they've inherited Marvel and
Star Wars.
LucasArts.
Oh,
So
yes.
now they've got. Now it's an even bigger reason for everyone to watch, because it's like new Star Wars news, new Marvel news, whereas before it was all just Disney stuff, and I don't think it had such a high profile.
So just quickly, so I'm just going to interject quickly, because we're not the Mono Report. Mono Report is where you should go for all your movie enjoyment stuff. If you go onto our channel, you can see a link to the Mono Report. That's where you should go for your movie stuff. But there was people were talking about the Avengers Infinity War trailer, which looked amazing. I'm not going to talk about it because it's a bit spoilery, especially for Spider-Man Homecoming. But god damn it, am I excited.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff, new behind the scenes for Star Wars.
Yes, and that also got me really hyped up.
Yeah. I think he's trying to say Battlefront, but I don't think there was
Maybe. I heard Battlefield, but that's not Star Wars, so I'm just going to
I don't think there was any Battlefront news. That was all done through EA.
EA E3, which was a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
You missed that.
We had 2 videos on that. Hype and...
But what game did get kind of teased and shown?
Kingdom Hearts 3!
Is it coming?
It's apparently coming next year.
Apparently next year.
Apparently.
Because it's a very long process.
It got announced 13 years ago.
What's the name of the... It's Tetsuya
Nomura.
Sorry, I'm not very good with speaking other languages. But yes, that's the guy. Say it again.
Tetsuya Nomura.
He is quite famous or infamous for very long development times.
See Final Fantasy 15.
And wasn't he also working on the 7 remakes?
He's credited as being the director of Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Kingdom Hearts 3.
So
which we talked about this like forever ago, that he didn't even know he was being front running for Final Fantasy 7 Remake until they showed it at E3 last year.
That's weird.
Or the year before. Or
like, how would you not know that? By the way, you were doing this.
So he's like, oh, yeah, this is cool. Oh, shit, I'm the game director on this.
But so that's why we're saying allegedly it's going to be 2018, because it could be delayed.
Yeah. Oh.
But they did say it's going to come out in 2018. We just don't believe them.
Square Enix has said that they're going to try and tone down the turnaround so that it's not another 10-year release like Final Fantasy 15.
And so what they kind of showed was kind of like it was kind of like 2 halves. The first half was a very Kingdom Hearts style teaser where it's just got these words, and then you read the words, and it sounds like it's trying to be philosophical about like dreaming and stuff, but then it just kind of ended up being like, what? But then the second half of it was very cool because it featured gameplay revolving around a Toy Story level.
That was great.
That was amazing.
It looks accurate and crisp. Like, it's not like the Pirates of the Caribbean. Like, yeah, I can see there's Pirates of the Caribbean, but it's weird.
Like the
it looks like Woody,
Yeah.
like from the movie. And Buzz. It looks like the movie. I don't know if they're gonna have Bo Peep.
Although it was weird because it was a Japanese
Yes.
trailer. It was very weird for me watching Buzz and Woody speaking
Japanese.
or at the very least speaking it so well. I mean, I know it's Japanese, like
It was the same
dub.
voice actors as well.
Same voice actors
Yeah.
as the movie. Oh, okay,
Okay,
that's
that's
interesting.
cool.
But will they get
Will we see
Tom
Woody
Hanks?
and Woody Allen?
No, they're not. That's
No.
gonna be like the
That would
whole
be-
budget.
That would be cool though.
It would be amazing.
But yeah, going back to being released last year, if they do that, I'm going to expect.
Do you mean next year?
Yeah.
Release next year, not last year?
Yeah, if they release it next
Next
year, I'm going to expect a final mix a year. Again, after that, like
well,
the
it takes
original
a few
2
years.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 1 had a final mix the year later because they put out the game like, yeah, it's out now, we're going to go back and fix everything. They did the same with Kingdom Hearts 2, but they were Japan releases only,
Okay.
and it wasn't until the collections that we got the final mixes over here. If you wanted to get them, you had to buy a Japanese PS2 and import.
Okay, so not great.
It's also great for speedrunning because there's a bunch of different shortcuts and you can do.
Good to know. But I do expect in about 15 years they're going to release like 3.6 with
I reckon we're going to get a 2.9 before 3 comes out.
Probably. That's so accurate. And it hurts me. So there was... hang on, I'm trying to think. So there was the Toy Story level,
Yep.
which is a new... They've never done Pixar before. What levels would you want to see in it?
Well, I already know that Big Hero 6 is coming.
It is? That's
Yes.
cool. Keen for that.
I think that was announced at D23 last year,
Vaguely remember.
and
but I don't
I'm
know.
super hyped for that. I don't know what else I would want to see.
I'm thinking just get in to the whole princess side of things. And I want Sora in a dress.
Well, the other thing I want Atlantis, but not Little Mermaid Ariel Atlantis. I want Atlantis with like Milo.
What if they get both Atlantises?
That would be great. It was just confused. It's just like you flip them up.
I don't think Ariel comes from Atlantis. I think she comes from Atlantica or something like that. I don't
Maybe.
think it's called Atlantis.
Maybe that's
As I'm
how they
thinking
get away
back,
with it.
I'm thinking wrong. But we have from our fans coming in from the corner of the room is Cars. We do the Cars level where Sora, Donald, and Goofy turn into cars.
And it's just racing levels.
Wouldn't Goofy just be Mater?
I feel like it. Yeah.
That's what Mater is. Mater is just Goofy, but as a car.
Makes sense. It's just racing
No,
levels.
I've just realized in my head that Mater is just Goofy.
You weren't prepared for this today.
I wasn't prepared for this enlightenment. But yeah, do you think there's gonna be anything else?
Nomura didn't rule out the possibility of Kingdom Hearts coming to Switch. He did say that he wants to fulfill the promise of it coming to PS4 and Xbox One first, because if they just outright went, it's coming to Switch, he feels like fans would be like, but what about the stuff you've already promised? Why are you promising more? But so he's going to...
Because that's how game development works.
Yeah. They're going to focus on PS4 and Xbox One first. He also noted that you may have up to 5 characters in your party now, rather than...
I did see that. You did... If you watch the Toy Story level, it has...
Yeah.
It has Sora, Donald, Goofy, Buzz, and Woody.
Yep. So that's a change because the hardware is improved and they can allocate more memory to different things.
But they're not going to go back to old Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 to fix that up?
I don't think so.
No, they wouldn't.
He also wasn't sure about bringing the entire collection of previous Kingdom Hearts games, that's the 1.5, the 2.5, and the 2.8 remixes, to Xbox because he thinks it's too late in the game. And he wasn't sure that the Xbox audience was there to sell enough copies. Though I'd also take that with a grain of salt because they said that they weren't going to bring the 1.5 and 2.5 collections to PS4. They said this multiple times. They confirmed it. I did my research. They said, no, it's not coming to PS4. It's PS3 only, so I bought it. And lo and behold, 2 months ago, we got an entire collection for PS4. So I'm salty as fuck, and I haven't bought it for PS4.
So I understand if they don't do 3 for the Switch, because looking at the Toy Story sequence, I would not be surprised if the Switch couldn't handle it, because
Well,
it looks very good.
They do a Kingdom Hearts
and it's very intense.
3.2, and it's like a Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop distance, like it's a completely scaled down nothing game.
I personally would be okay with that.
It's got nothing to do with Kingdom Hearts 3.
That would be the awful part. But what they could do and should do is release Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.5, whatever, all together for the Switch. Dumbed down. So it's just like Dream Drop distance. No, just dumbed down graphics is what I mean.
Oh, okay.
Because that could work. I'm sure that the Switch could handle that PlayStation 2 graphics.
You would hope so.
I would hope so.
Yeah, as always, thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If we missed a particular piece of news that you would have liked us to cover, put it in the comments below, and we'll talk about it next episode. Remember that Facebook is where we post updates and new episodes first, so like us there when this goes up, normally on a Sunday night, sometimes a little bit earlier, sometimes a little bit later. We have done it on Monday.
It depends on the internet.
And if you're not a social media person, just hit the subscribe button down below with the little bell to get desktop notifications